So, welcome to 2023, everyone. Thank you for joining the weekly accountability call, our lenses call, which is your opportunity for you to reflect and set your intentions for the week, keep yourself accountable, and connect. So, lovely to have you here, Nikki.
Thank you.
You get a bit of spot coaching today.
Lucky
um,
me.
awesome. So just want to start by reflecting on the year that's just gone. And if you've got a journal or a bit of paper, you can take some notes. But just reflecting on what are some of your big wins that you had this year? What are some of your, things that you're really proud of that you've achieved? Some of your wins, your sweet, the sweet of life.
Yeah.
You're going to do sweet and sour, but for the entire year. So, what are your top wins for this year, last year, 2022?
One of them is writing a kid's book. That's definitely a big win of mine because I more and more feel it and I have more and more messages attached to it, hidden behind the words. Like there's so much more meaning, and I've got goosebumps right now. The meaning just keeps coming. Um, So yeah, it's becoming bigger and bigger for me, but it's still an illustrated book, and that's a bit of a drama now. But anyway, that was a big win. Another one was, I know I feel like I've actually done a full circle. I feel like I'm back at the beginning of 2022, about to lose my job, not knowing what to do. Where am I going? Which is a bit bizarre. I don't know how to turn that into a win. I have learned a lot this year about sales, what I like about sales, what I don't like. Um, so I feel more once I do step into something, I've definitely got a lot more knowledge about how to do that. I'm a lot more confident on social media. I've got even more Instagram pages and Facebook pages, and I'm not afraid to video myself like I was terrified. So all of
Awesome.
that, yeah, I have grown in all of that, and yeah, even though so it's a year I probably wouldn't change because I've learned a lot from it. I've even
Mm,
learned from the stuff that wasn't aligned with me and wasn't right for me has made me clearer about what is.
mm,
So, and also what my own vulnerabilities and what I say yes to and why. And I feel
mm.
more clear around what I would now say no to and why. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's,
awesome.
in a nutshell, my wins.
Amazing, amazing. We've just got Stacey joining us.
Who's that? What's that? Sorry.
We've just got Stacey joining us. Um, and what has been, that's like some really good self-reflection and how much you've actually like accepted, even though some of it didn't always go to plan, you've also learned from all of those experiences, even if it wasn't aligned. It's a lot of, yeah, a lot of personal growth
Mm. Yeah.
that you're bringing into
Yeah.
this year that you can now, bring into
Yeah.
your like new year in a way that um that you are now able to see that from a different perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And it's like I've gone around in this full circle, but like a spiral, round and full circle, but above that point. It feels the same. It feels very similar, but it's different
Yeah.
because of my own learnings and my own development. And now I'm at a point where I lose my job next week. That's the point I'm back at. Am I going to manipulate keeping it, or am I going to throw myself out into the big bad world, not knowing how I'm going to pay rent? Because I'm back at that point.
Mm.
Um, and I know what I want to do on the inside, but I don't think I have this. Yeah, I don't know that I have the strength to do it because I'm worried. So it's, yeah, a place where am I going to be aligned to myself and to the universe, or am I going to make sure I can pay rent? Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah,
I think I'm
definitely.
nervous. I'm nervous laughing because I know that next week it happens, and I've already got the strategy to manipulate it not happening. I've
Yeah.
already got that in place, but I don't. And last year I had no question about that strategy. It was a
Mm.
must do. And this year I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if I can do the manipulative strategy. I just don't know if I can quite do it,
Mm.
which probably means I'm at a more personal, uh, yeah, which probably shows the personal growth.
So now you
But I
get
still
to,
have to, yeah.
yeah. So are you crystal clear on what you do want to create moving forward?
I'm,
What is, so what
yes,
we'll
I think,
do,
yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
what we'll do
Yeah.
is the four core meditation, and that will give you a bit of clarity on what that actually looks like without that ball in your stomach growing and making you laugh from nervousness of the unknown.
What?
Mm.
Yes.
Good
Yeah.
morning, Stacey, or good evening where you are.
Good morning. Yeah, good evening.
Yeah. So
I'm listening.
Morning.
I don't mean to interrupt. Keep going. Y'all are doing good. I'm listening.
yeah, we're just sharing some of our 2022 wins, some of the wins.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Sounds
what are some of your wins?
well, I was just going to respond to her because I feel like that's nice to do. And it also it was I just sounds like it's a hard decision, and I just want to acknowledge that. That's a great place to be and a scary place to be. I get
Yeah.
it. I'm big kind of in the same boat, just kind of going back and forth with, um, am I gonna go back to work, or am I gonna keep pushing forward doing this, the way, what I'm trying to do? I feel committed to it at this point because I've worked so hard for 2 years on getting this stuff out there, and I've got clients coming, but they love it and it's life changing, but the system is just not working really well, and I'm not getting as many clients as I need. And so I did just recently buy a new program to kind of help me do do it another way, instead of, a big launch for my course, having it something more kind of evergreen and open so people can just come in as they want. But
So let's focus on your wins. Let's,
my
yeah,
win,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I was just um
So what did go right? What did you achieve this year? What did you
uh,
learn? The introspection.
are we talking about the year?
Yeah, yeah. Just the high
Okay.
level.
Yeah. I learned a lot. It's been a hard year, but I've learned a lot. Um, I feel like I'm definitely more of the expert in my field, so that helps. And I've got experience under my belt now that I didn't have as much of before. I shouldn't say I didn't have experience, but it was just a different kind of experience. And that's been really rewarding to me and feels more like me. So that's probably my biggest win.
Great.
I was definitely living the life that I love. And I mean, not financially, but in every other aspect, and living in my true nature and self,
Hmm,
and being a
great.
super conscious creator.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So what do you, and this goes out to everyone here, what do you really truly choose to create for no other reason, but you just love to create it in 2023? Not because of anything else, but you would just love it.
Nikki, you go.
And I probably won't be surprised. I really want that book to come alive, because there's some really powerful messages behind it. It's a very simple story, but behind it is lots of messages for adults, even though it's a kid's book. And I want to create some, presentations that go with it, and ways to communicate those key messages about self-empowerment and about belonging, and lots of messages like that. Thinking about our own shadows, finding the light, even where we think it's dark, there's always a light, and finding that. So lots of messages. I want to bring it to life just because I would love to. Um, yeah.
So you'd love to be a published author.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I would love to be a self-published author, because then I
Self-published
keep
author.
control.
Yeah.
Not giving away any control, even if I can't afford the marketing right now. But yeah, I want to be a self-published author and international speaker. It's all connected.
Yeah. Beautiful. Stacey, what's your main choice for 2023?
I would love to be a light that is just open, helping people see their root issues of their health, the root problems, and just really get to the bottom of it, and just be that I just I want it to be, I guess, the expert, like the one that everybody knows, hey, this is who you go to see, and not for me, but so that they can get the help, and that that it's just being reciprocated, all this hard work that I've put into it, that it's being coming, that it's coming to fruition somehow, with not just that I want people to be healthy. I really want some, one of my passions for the longest time has been, I told Amber this, that my why is often because, I've had so many friends who have passed away from cancer way too early and things like that. And, I just want to empower people. Just because.
What's a powerful choice? I choose the end result.
I choose the end result of a super successful, functional nutrition business.
Beautiful. And so when you feel into your choices, so just close your eyes now and just feel into your choice, feel into the end result of that. I just want you to fast forward to New Year's this year. And step into that version of yourself, having already completed this choice. Another year completion. Just notice what it feels like to be in her shoes now. Notice what it feels like to embody that version of yourself that has completed this choice. You've spent your whole year moving, shifting, and focusing on creating this for yourself. I just want you to notice what it feels like in your heart. Notice this version of you and feel her right now. Notice all aspects of her reality, her environment. Notice what your environment's like now that you've completed this choice. I want you to take a moment to just honor the completion of this. Whether it happened 6 months into the year, 9 months, 12 months. Just notice the completion and notice how it feels in your body to have completed this mission, this choice. I want you to just place a pinpoint in this timeline. And from this point of completion, looking back to the year just gone, to this moment now on this phone call. I just want you to notice all of the little stepping stones that had to happen, all the action, all the conversations, all the actions that had to happen to get you to this completion. And as you look back in your timeline, just notice after this phone call, what was that next step that moved you towards that next move? That was in the journey to completing this choice and this end result. I just want you to feel the energy between these 2 points, where you are right now and in a year's time at the completion of this choice, whether it be a couple of months or a whole year or is yet to be completed. I just want you to go to that completion point and just notice the energy between these 2 points and noticing those stepping stones in between these 2 points. Notice the growth within you, the capability, the new knowledge, the new learning. The mistakes, the failures, the wins. But notice that incremental growth and those stepping stones that took you from where you are now to the completion of this end result. And just be in that energy now. Just feel it. I want you to just imagine these 2 points in the timeline just getting closer and closer and closer, almost like the timeline is merging. Just imagine this timeline merging closer and closer. These 2 points getting closer together, where you are now in completion. Just want you to move this timeline closer and closer and closer, so that it almost merges into one. And you're now in this moment of present moment, where you're beginning and where you ended with completion. When you get to that point, you can come back to the room, open your eyes, and just bring to your awareness that next obvious action that feels right to take, that will move you towards this end result. How does it feel now? Would anyone like to share what they experienced? Where they're at, if there's a slight shift or if it was a big realization? Where's your energy now?
My energy is it's realizing that I was thinking I had to do the journey of the development of it alone, but so I am going to do that GoFundMe thing. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I did look at it and I did, but I've got no illustrator now. It's a big story, but big story within a story. But I have finally been contacted back by the author I wanted in the whole wide world, who never responded, has suddenly responded. So and I know she's way more expensive. I've got goosebumps now, but she's my author of choice. She's like amazing, and she's in Australia too. And the GoFundMe is kind of, part of me was kind of thinking, oh, I shouldn't be like expecting a handout. Make it happen yourself, earn the money yourself, pay for it yourself. But it's about people investing into something that can be beautiful for kids. And why should I don't need to do that alone. I can do that with a community of people. And that could be kind of like the start of it, because people will invest into something. And then I started to see that end result, even just in terms of the story, because I mean, obviously I'm Holly. And that field of sunflowers isn't just sunflowers of happiness and your own personal power. It's a community of like-minded people. And this is how the story just becomes more and more something. Like, I wrote it not even knowing all the meanings at the time in my conscious mind, but my unconscious mind does, and the universe does, and more's coming to light. And it was a few weeks ago I realized that when she's following the butterfly is her higher self. That's me, that's my higher self. So it's, yeah. And just doing it for the love of it, not to make money, but for the love of it, and wanting, just that community of people and kids who are happy. Like, isn't that like the best dream in the whole world? Is that kids grow up, with their own kind of sense of happiness and joy, knowing how to connect with that. Anyway, that's my, in a nutshell, my journey this morning.
And so where's your resistance to taking that next action of starting? I think it's a Kickstarter is where you pre-buy.
Kickstarter, that's what it's called. Yeah, Kickstarter. Zero resistance. I'm going to do it.
And what's your actual next action? What's the first thing that you need to do to make that momentum?
Well, I've already created an account with Kickstarter, so I need to actually kick my own butt and sit down and start doing the application.
Yeah. Great. When are you going to do that?
And see when I'm going to New Zealand next week. I'm going to start it this week.
Great.
No time like the present. And this time last year, even though I feel like I've gone round in this spiral, this time last year, this book wasn't even written. So it is anew. It's, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's, yeah. Okay.
Great. Fantastic. So you got your next action. Stacey.
Yes.
Yeah, that is great.
Yeah.
I am I'm not excited yet about this next step, but it's what I have to do. I have a lot of resistance about it, but I've been overcoming it. And I already made some calls and got some people, asked. I'm having to ask people for feedback, customers, non-customers, and pre-customers. So trying to find out, I just am doing some market research so that I can really nail my messaging. I've done this before, but I'm doing it again. This girl is prompting me to really kind of dig in deeper and see if I can get it nailed a little bit better for the marketing. So, so I'm just going to be lining up some calls for that. That's the next step. It's the logical next step, and I've been working on the messaging some myself, but that will really help either confirm what I've already done, or move me in, put some words to it that will attract my ideal client more.
Stacey, what's something you absolutely just love that brings you so much joy?
Anything?
Anything, completely off topic, whatever.
Girls, my girls.
You girls. So when imagine a time that you're with your girls and you bring so much, what emotion do you feel when you're with your girls?
Love. Togetherness, fun, connection.
Cool. So all of that, I want you to just feel, imagine, bring that into your awareness now and feel that love and connection and being with your girls, that energy of being with your girls, and feel it in your entire body. I want you to anchor in this feeling of love and joy. Feel it right now, and you can grab your wrist if you need to anchor.
I was just about to grab it.
Just go back and build it up. You're with your girls and you're feeling so much joy and happiness. Feel it in your heart and your body and your soul and your mind and your everything. And just turn the volume up and just feel that love and joy and connection, and just turn it up and feel it in your entire body now. And open your eyes and come back to the call. Can you smell the popcorn? Is there popcorn? Did someone make popcorn? Now, I want you to put what's your next step in your business? What's the thing that you have to do? What's your next step?
I have to make the calls.
Make the calls. So
yeah, I've made a list of the people that I wanted to talk to. And so there's several of them I have reached out to, and a few of them that I still need to reach out to.
So where's your resistance in this next step? What feels
because I've called several previous customers, and one of them was like, yeah, I'll do it for you, no problem. And one is a current customer, and she's like, yeah, no problem, I'll do it. And then another one is like crickets. I can't get her to respond. Former client.
But what's your like resistance to
that I'm bothering people because they've already, some of these people have already been through the program. They think that I'm sure they wonder if I'm trying to drag them back in or something. I don't know. Okay. It's a story that I'm telling myself. It's not probably true.
Yeah. So what's your choice? You're choosing to be of service, right?
Yes.
to create happiness and joy and improve people's lives. And so they're going to feel better when they use your services, right? It's going to improve their life. So when you go into that zone of making the phone calls and taking your next step, I want you to get into the energy of that end result of already completed, of them already have gone through your course. Their results are incredible. Their lives have changed. That you've been of service to them. And so when you decide to start your work day and you decide to sit on your chair and you create that boundary of personal life to work life, and you sit down and you get yourself into that state of being of service to all these people, of that end result. I want you to approach that next action with and putting your anchor on of that emotion of love and joy and playfulness that you have with your girls. So helping to get you into that, put your anchor on and tell yourself that you get to have impact to these people and give them the love and joy and connection that you feel when you receive that love and that completion and the connectedness and the joy. So reading your choices before every single day that you do a task for your work, you must read your choice. You must get into the end result of your choice and the end result for your clients. And just give yourself 5 minutes to get into that, to feel it. Feel the impact of your work, of the end result, and then make your phone calls. Because if you haven't set your energy that is equal to the end result of what you're creating for them, and you're setting it down here of, oh my God, I'm a nuisance, then you're not vibrating at the same frequency. You're not bringing them up. They're bringing you down. Well, you're bringing yourself down. But you want to elevate your own energy and frequency to when you enter the call, when you enter your workspace, you want to come in at that level of, this is what I'm bringing. If you're coming in of, oh my God, I don't want to be seen, that's the energy you're going to have on the phone call. And that's what it's going to sound like. Your energy is going to come through your mouth and your eyes and your voice, and everything goes through the phone. And that's what they feel on the other end of, oh, this is, she think, she must be a nuisance. That energy that you feel for yourself of, oh, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve your service, that lower vibration, that's what they're going to receive. And they probably will have an excuse and an objection. So
yeah, it's interesting. I did some tapping this morning, and because what was coming up for me was the same thing, just well, not really being a nuisance, but just being inferior to some of my classmates when I was in elementary school. Yeah. Like, why is this all coming up? And it was pretty consistent. Like, it was, I remember, I mean, I had like several different like experiences where I was playing it through my mind, that I realized, and what I realized was that because these kids were so mean and so, I mean, I'm sure I was the target because I was, meager. I wasn't a bully, I'm quiet, or I was, and they had, it was just interesting because I realized that what I was doing, I was spacing out and not hearing instructions and not doing, what I needed to do. So it made me look a lot worse, but it was because I was so preoccupied with how they were treating each other and me and all of that, that I was not in the present, like participating with what I needed to be participating in the classroom. And anyway, it was just kind of a revelation to me that that was what was going on, instead of it, me feeling like, well, why can't I pay attention? That was what I was thinking. Why can't I pay attention? What's wrong with me? And it wasn't that there was nothing wrong with me. There were mean kids, and I was thinking about it.
Are you ready
But
to let that part go? Are you ready to let that story go?
yeah, I mean, I have to. I mean, it's not, I mean, I've done it. I've worked on this for so many years. It was pretty traumatizing. But there's still, some deeper, it's still there, obviously, a little bit if it came up today. But but yeah, I'm totally ready to let that go. I'm I'm kind of sick of that, you know? That's enough. Enough's enough.
Yeah, I'm feeling it in do you have stomach issues?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's sitting in your stomach.
Mhm.
Mm. Superconscious, can we shift this? Are you ready to shift this? I just want you to feel all of that, those distractions, that moment in school. I just want you to take all those memories and those elements of being distracted and the harshness of the kids, the bullying, the feeling of it's not fair, it's not me, it's not my true self. I just want you to wrap all of that those memories into a nice big ball. And we're going to move this ball up your spine, all the way up with your next breath. Imagine just breathing it all the way up your spine and out the top of your head. Allowing this memory to enter the universe, dissolve, to be released. As you continue to breathe, continue to imagine it just dissolving up your spine, out the top of your head into the universe. And Superconscious, please treat and do a massive change history and everything needed. Please treat all the memories associated with this event, the schooling years of being bullied and distracted and feeling of not enough, not worthy, not good enough, all of those. Please treat and do a massive change history and everything needed in this time, space, and reality. Thank you. I want you to focus on your breath, breathing into your stomach, letting your shoulders go, your jaw, and just Feel that energy just release and shift completely clear from your body. See your stomach completely reinvigorated and clear and clean, flushed. And from this moment forward, trust and know that you get to be the predominant creator for your life. Superconscious, please reset your micro oscillation to 9,999,999,999. So be it, so it is. And now bear witness. And just opening your eyes, bringing yourself back.
Wow, that was good.
How do
Thank you for
feel?
being in that space with me. That's a
Awesome.
personal, nasty space. So I appreciate that like very much.
And how
I
does
feel
it
good.
feel now?
It also gives me a memory to come back to recalibrate. You know, kind of like that anchor.
Yeah. Frequency first. And if there's resistance, you can recode it. You can shift it.
What do you mean frequency first?
Frequency first. So your present moment is pre-sent. So we want to come into that, the frequency of that of which we choose to desire, to choose to create. We need to be a vibrational match to that of which we're creating. And so you need to reset your frequency, your energy, your focus to be a match of what you're creating. So doing a simple practice of making a choice, of choosing an end result and sitting in that end result, whether it be for you or for your clients, then that's the frequency you bring into the work that you do, into the actions that you do, the behaviors that you're doing to, to move forward in your life. So we want to reset your energy. If you're feeling crap, if you're feeling down, if your mind's going AWOL and you got monkey mind and all of that, you need to reset your energy. Go stand up, shake, go for a walk, see the sunshine, do something that just shifts your energy, come back to your end result, come back to your focus. And if there's something still there that you're feeling, you can recode it. You've got tools to do that. But do something, find out what works for you, that is that state that breaks your state. If it's making a cup of tea, but you need to come into what you're doing from a place of joy, from a place of, I get to do this, I want to do this, not because I have to. Because if you have to, then it's like, oh, this is something I have to do. And if you're not enjoying it, then that's where your frequency is at, and your clients will receive that. So it's all about you. You're a reflection. Your reality is a reflection of how you feel on the inside. When you truly learn to recognize that, something's got to shift, right? And nothing changes if nothing changes. And we all of our thoughts are about 90% the same as yesterday. So we've got to keep these practices, these choices. It's all about frequency, right? Fully embodying that frequency of it's already done, because you know we only live in the present moment. And so you want to tap into that frequency of it's already done, it's already completed. the frequency of, she said yes, the frequency of the book being published and read by a child, the emotion of that, you know, that the end result of someone receiving what you've created, and you know, you that beautiful reciprocity of that giving and receiving is part of life. What you've got to give, someone really wants to receive. It's that, and you receive financial, you know, benefit from that as well. That's part of it. But this year, really think about frequency first. Where's my frequency going into doing this action? And then that will reflect your results. Do it from a place of, it's already done. This is what I choose, is what I love. And if you can't find that, then use your anchor and go, oh, this is what it feels like to be successful. You know, what does it feel like to be in that frequency of success? When was a time when I totally aced it and I was really successful and proud of myself and it just flowed? Write down all of those moments of, this is why we do the wins, the sweet and sour, the sweets, because it's reminding you, oh, I've achieved something. This is what I've done. And it reminds you of that frequency of what you achieved, of what you experienced. And so every time you kind of get into a lull or you approach your work, you can go, okay, well, at least you know, you can anchor into those points of success and go, that's where I'm choosing to bring my frequency to this next task or action or thing that I need to do, this application of, it's already done. The children reading the book, you know, this is where I'm coming from of that application of, when I'm writing the application, Nikki, coming from that place of, it's already completed, not from a place of lack of, oh, what if it doesn't happen, right? So that's going to be the theme of 2022, is frequency first, is reminding yourself that, well, where am I feeling right now when I'm doing this task that I know I hate and I know I don't enjoy? How can I change me, then my energy, so I can put that frequency into this task that's mundane and I know I don't like it? So I'm going to make myself do it from a place of, this is what needs to be done. And if you don't like doing it, change it. There are so many strategies out there. They all work. Every strategy out there works. It's about you. It's about your frequency and how you come into and enter and take on that task, right? So many people are successful with reels. So many people are successful with manipulation marketing. So many people are successful with attraction marketing, right? It's what you want to do. It doesn't have to be hard, but if it's your belief that it has to be hard, or I have to do it this way, then that's your jail. That's your environment that you create for yourself, right? But you get to choose how you do it, but you need to come in with that energy and be all in from that point of, yeah, this is how I want to do my business. You only want to work, you know, 2 hours a week, then choose that, but give yourself, come from that, you know, that energy of, it's already done and this is how I get to work 2 hours a week for this result. It's all possible. You just have to choose.
I love that.
That was good.
Yeah, it was so good. And I love that when you said,
Up here.
people want to receive what you want to give. Or when we're not giving it, people can't receive it.
Yeah, there are people out there that want it.
Yeah.
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 I love that. I love that being the focus of 2023, that whole frequency thing. I think you're right. Every strategy works. It works for whoever puts their energy into it and chooses it.
Mm. Embody it, completely embody and choose it. And
Seems like the younger people too they just don't have any fear. I don't know what it is. Do you see that?
there's a different, there's different generations that have
Something
been
about
brought
that
up in different environments, so they're going to express it in a different way.
Yeah.
So hang out with more young
Fun to
people.
see. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
If that's
That's why I
hanging
love
out with
hanging
young
out with
people.
I love hanging out with my girls. They're that way too. They're fearless.
so schedule the hardest work to do right after you've spent time with your girls, so that you're still in that frequency of play and love and joy, and you're like, okay, now I get to do this really shitty hard job, but I'm going to
That's
do
so
it.
good.
But I'm actually going to do it from this place of, I get to do it because I've just spent the most magnificent day with my girls, and you know what, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
And you feel that energy still rushing through your veins, because you've fully embodied that. And
Yeah.
when you come from that energy, then that's what you put into your business, and that's what's going to be received from your clients.
Mm.
Yeah.
Love it. That's
Amazing.
good.
And that's really the definition of manifesting something. You know, people say manifest it. Well, what does that actually mean? Like everything you've just said, that's what that means.
Yeah, we're vibrational beings. We mustn't forget where our frequency is coming from, and that's where the power is. We always give our power away to, oh, this task, I hate it. I've always hated it. It's come from this, and I don't feel good enough. And we're giving our power to everything else, and so that takes our frequency. So we lower ourselves to that frequency of not good enough, or that memory, or that, right? So we want to take our power back, our frequency first, because we're the predominant creator of our life. And so when you put that energy into, when you change your state and change your frequency, and put it into the work that you do, that's what you're putting out there. That's a frequency, and you're bringing people up to that level. You're bringing your clients up to meet you, or to you, and you meet them at their needs. That's what they want, right? You're meeting them at where they are, and you're giving them what they need.
Yeah, that's good.
So good.
Awesome, guys. We'll wrap up. We'll close the circle. Thank you for joining. And moving forward, the times might change slightly, because my schedule's changed coming into this year. But I might do a morning and a night session on the Monday, which is your Sunday in America. So there might be 2 different slots. Cool, amazing.
Thank you. And I really, really super appreciate your time that you're giving. It's not just your time, you are giving yourself and your energy. And I always feel so much better after this call, because you are giving yourself and your energy, and it raises mine, and I really, really appreciate it. I see, that you are, what you're giving, and it means a lot to me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, ladies. Thanks for
You don't make
showing
me
up.
cry.
Thank you for showing up.
Thank you. Oh.
Because you're showing up for yourselves, not just for me, but you're here for you. You're here
I'm definitely here for me.
And we'll continue these throughout the year, on a weekly basis. So we'll keeping you accountable to your dreams.
Awesome. Thank you.
Amazing.
Have an
Have a
amazing
beautiful
day,
week,
both
and
of
we'll
you.
speak to you next week.
Have a good week. Bye.
Bye.
See you, Stacey. Bye.
Bye.